All right, hi everybody. So I would like to talk to you guys today. Excuse my voice. I'm a little hoarse. I actually think it sounds quite sexy, so I hope you guys do too. So I want to talk to you guys today about some stuff that has been going on in the media. I talked about this a little bit on my another platform, another social media platform that I have. However, the quality of the video was not to my liking, so I'm going to talk about it again on YouTube. So I wanted to talk a little bit about DJ Envy's wife, Gia Casey. You guys know DJ Envy from um, The Breakfast Club, the famous radio show. And he has been with his wife for a really long time. And he and his wife did an interview with another podcaster, content creator, and he and she both discussed how she told him that for 10 years of their marriage that she was not receiving orgasms. Now they have six children. I was really appalled by this, and it made me think about a lot of different things regarding womanism and feminism. And I'll say this, again, I'm kind of covering what I already talked about before. I know a lot of women that are in a previous generation than me. So I'm 33. I know a lot of, I speak to and I'm cool with, and I'm in social circles of women that are like 40 something, years old, maybe in their early 50s. And a lot of them, when they divorce, all of the skeletons come out of the closet, all of the bones come out of the closet, and they'll talk about how they were sexually unfulfilled in their marriages. So this is really, really common with women, especially women who were raised in a society where they were told not to be sexually liberated. They were told to be virgins when they got married. And if you meet somebody when you're really young, your late teens, early 20s and whatnot, or your teens and your early 20s, just get married. That's a thing that's been pushed on women for a long time. I know it was even pushed on my generation. It's like, get married, get a husband. Like, that's super, super important. And that's the only reason why I would feel that these women would even tolerate dealing with that for a whole marriage, 10, 15, 20 years of not receiving proper sexual pleasure, right? Because orgasms are great, okay? Orgasms have also been neurologically proven to be tied to your mental health. And even on a spiritual level, if you're having intercourse with somebody and they're orgasming and you're not, they're taking your energy from you. It's a form of vampirism. If, one person's orgasming and the other person is not, that's a whole nother, book me for a consult, on that. So that's a whole nother realm of information. But the only reason I would even think that a woman would sit there and deal with that is to say, well, I have a husband, I have a ring, I have a family, etc., etc. And to me, that's extremely sad that a woman would feel more empowered to say, well, I have a partner, despite the fact that they aren't receiving adequate pleasure or proper treatment from their partner. Because a lot of the times when these women are having orgasms, they aren't getting treated right either. And it's been known in the media about DJ Envy's infidelities, frequent infidelities against his wife. So not only has he been out here not pleasuring his wife for a long period of time. Again, I don't know if they were able to work that out and maybe get some type of education or coaching so that she is receiving the pleasure that I'm sure she has been desiring. But, it's just so wild to me, honestly, to even think about it. But I know that, when you're married to somebody, in your relationship with somebody, you're told to just like be open, give, do a lot of things in order to acquire a ring. You kind of jump through hoops. You even deal with subpar sexual experiences subpar attraction to the person, even, because women are just, especially black women, like, you're taught like that your resource, your not resources, your the dating pool is limited. So if you get you a quote unquote good man, good enough man, just stay, deal with him, stay with him. My question in this video, as it was in the other video, is your pleasure less important? I'll say this, is it more important for you to have a piece of jewelry or a legal piece of paper, a legal bond with somebody, than for you to have pleasure? For real? For real? Is that really more important? That's crazy to me. I mean, I've had a myriad of experiences in romantic relationships, and there's definitely been a lot of times that I have squandered my opportunities because I did not want to be seen as promiscuous or like I was out there, because I think one of the things that's taught to women in our society is if you are too wild, if you're too out there, then nobody's going to want you. This is very much a lie. I mean, there's porn stars that get married, women who've had sex tapes in the past, or all kinds of other things. Excuse me. They'll get married. All right? They'll still find people that want to be with them. I just think this is extremely sad that women are taught that they are supposed to limit their number of partnerships they have, or their quote-unquote body count, or their number of baby daddies, or whatever, when there's women like Elizabeth Taylor. This woman was married 8 times. I'm not saying that that's good or bad. Everybody has their myriad of life experiences. But what I have found with women that have issues with other women who are dating a lot of people, or who are in marriages where they are not experiencing a lot of pleasure, they aren't being treated the way they want to be treated, they aren't feeling the way that they want to feel, whether that be sexually, financially, emotionally, whatever. These women tend to be very judgmental because they're projecting. Because what they're doing is they tend to stay in relationships that are unfulfilling in all of these different ways, whether it be sexually, financial, emotionally, psychologically, whatever, in order to be like, well, I have a man. That's the only reason I feel like a woman would sit up and deal with a man that isn't giving her what she needs sexually, is to be like, well, I have a man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these women are the ones that be like, why is she wearing that? She got 4 baby daddies. She doing this. She doing that. She a stripper. Nobody's ever going to want you. Blah, 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 blah. Because this is the type of stuff I was raised believing and was told. This is what I was conditioned to believe. And I have found these things not to be true. So these women tend to get really mad at other women who are sexually expressive, who have been married umpteen times, don't wear no clothes, or they've done sex work or are doing sex work. In their mind, they can't configure, how do you get a man and you happy and you get to wear whatever you want to wear, and you're, sexually expressive. You're receiving the type of sexual pleasure that you want. And, I'm married and I don't even get that. You know what I mean? Like, because what reason would you stay with a dude that's not giving you sexual pleasure? What are y'all doing? You having kids with him? Y'all have a marriage license? Like, what are y'all doing? Because you aren't even having orgasms. So I know something inside of your body is backed up. It's something, you got some type of health condition. I've counseled and coached so many different women on, it never fails. When they got these marriages, they be so run down. They be so run down physically and emotionally and even sexually. Like, they be scared to date because they're like, well, I don't want to be out there. And I'm not saying you have to sleep with everybody that you meet or whatever, but why don't you want to date 4 or 5 different people and get to know them and have different experiences and see what different men, and I'm speaking about heterosexual relationships. Again, I kind of make this disclaimer usually because that's what I know about, but why aren't you dating a bunch of people? Why aren't you getting to know a whole bunch of people? Because you don't want society to label you. Because you feel like that label is going to keep you from getting whatever it is that you want. That's not what keeps you from getting what it is that you want. Okay? It's your energy. It's your energy and your sexual repression. A lot of women who are sexually liberated and do whatever they want, have kids by whoever they want, marry whoever they want, shake their butt however they want, whether it be in public, in private, whatever, they don't be having no problem getting no man. They don't. Because these men can feel that energy. And another thing too, I feel like if more women were honest with their husbands like that, a lot of women would be a lot happier in their marriages, and these men will be required to step up their sexual experiences, their expertise. Their sexual expertise and their sexual skill. There are a lot of men who don't even know what they're doing sexually at all. They just feel like if they're able to keep having sex with women, that they're good. They're good in bed. They think they know what they're doing, and that's not always the case. Y'all know I'm not lying. Y'all know I ain't lying. Why would you stay with a man and keep having kids with a man that isn't giving you sexual pleasure? Because y'all clearly having sex. Y'all having babies. Y'all are in a sexless marriage or whatever. So what is that? What are you doing? Just holding on to a relationship. And you weren't telling him that he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing for you to receive pleasure. So why are you sexually repressing yourself like that? And also, why are some of these women as well the ones who want to point out, oh, her shorts are too short, that's why she ain't got no man, or this and this and that? That's a personal issue. When you have to keep calling out another woman about what she got on, what she don't got on, what her profession is, how many kids she has, about however many people, or whatever that makes her seem like a very sexual person, that's a personal issue. Because it doesn't bother women who are also sexually open and are sure of themselves sexually. Ladies, y'all gotta, first of all, y'all gotta stop lying to these men, first of all. And y'all gotta stop getting into relationships and marriages with men where you're not receiving the pleasure that you're supposed to receive. You are not. You need to start telling them the truth. Y'all need to stop faking orgasms, because that's what she said in the video, is that she was faking orgasms and stuff. And he literally said in his words, I thought I was putting in work. That's what he said in the video. Y'all gotta stop lying to these dudes. And y'all have to stop having sex with these dudes and not getting what it is that you want. You're not having an orgasm. You're not feeling fulfilled. That's not okay. On no level, period, point blank, end of story. It's not okay. Here, there, a year ago, last century. It's not okay. Why are you letting this person sweat on top of you and you're not getting pleasure from it? Excuse me. You're supposed to be receiving pleasure really from every part of your life. The food you eat, the places you go, where you work, who you're dating or married to. You're supposed to be, your friendships even, you're supposed to be receiving pleasure of some kind through those things. So why aren't you? And why are you sitting in a space of unfulfillment after a sex act, after going to work, after, like, y'all, ladies, we have to stop doing this. For real. Like, this has got to stop. I was so shocked when I watched it. Like, I was like, dang. And he sat here and admitted it. That took, I feel like that took a lot of balls on his behalf. But I just was really surprised. And I was really in shock that was, I just felt, but I know, because I've talked to several women about this, or they've shared it themselves, like, why are y'all accepting this? Like, why are y'all accepting marriages and relationships where you're not getting what it is that you desire or want? Because it's affecting you here and throughout your entire body. I can tell you that just from what I've studied medically. It's a no for me. It's an absolute no for me. Completely unacceptable. But yeah, it's a no. It's a big no. Why aren't y'all you're sabotaging yourself. You're sabotaging yourself. Physically, sexually, emotionally. You are sabotaging yourself if you're staying in a relationship where you're not getting sexual pleasure. Unless you're a virgin, you know what I'm saying, y'all are having sex. But even still, like, would you date somebody that couldn't kiss? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, would you? Most women wouldn't, I would say. But, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Because, again, there's women who stay in these marriages where you're not even getting proper... You're not getting your vitamin D. You're not getting your dose of vitamin D properly. That is not okay. That's not okay. Y'all need to start being honest with your partners. Whether y'all are married or not. You know, if you're having sex, you need to start being honest with them, and you need to start being honest with yourself as to why you would accept that. So again, if you have questions and you want to dig deeper as to why you're accepting that and why you're afraid to depart from the relationship, why you're afraid to start over, because it's very, very possible that you could start over and receive better, receive some of the best you never had. A lot of women, I said, are not doing this, not leaving these situations, because a lot of us have been taught to have a lack mentality around men. And so you just kind of stay because you're like, well, I've invested this many years, you know, we have kids, we're married, we're this, we're that. So, you know, I don't want to start over. So you're basically saying you don't believe that there's another opportunity. Would you stay in a job, right, where you know you're getting underpaid, you know you're being treated like crap? Some people would say yes because they've done it before. People are doing it even now. But it's the same energy. It's the same energy. It's the same energy. So again, be mindful of that. Again, if you want to go deeper and try to figure out why you in that space, please holler at me at glamalchemy.com/glam. I have consultations on there. I also have consultations at glamalchemy.com/shop. You can book a consultation with me, and we can dig deeper as to why you're allowing that, because that's a form of self-sabotage, which is what I'm going to talk a little bit about in my next video. Sabotage via partners, which is still a form of self-sabotage, because everyone is you pushed out, okay? Little law of attraction, you know, Neville Goddard energy on that. So yeah, if you want to, you know, dig deeper, please hit me up. Please hit me up, because that is not okay. And the only person who's suffering from this is you, because you're not. He's getting his. You're not getting yours. Okay? So you're the only person that's suffering through this. And we don't want that for you. So I'll check you guys next time. Peace and love. And I'll see you guys on the flip. Peace.